And welcome back to Indiethon, raising money for Child's Play and sponsored by Chucklefish and Team 17. I'm RuffledBricks. I'm going to be taking over hosting for the next couple of runs. And before we get into this one, just a quick reminder that this is pretty much your last chance to influence which category the We Happy Few run will be taking. The current leader of that bid war is We All Fall Down at $100. Following that is Lightbearer, $81.01, and they came from below, lagging behind at $20. So if you want to change the outcome, make a donation during this run. It's pretty much your last chance to do so. In the meantime, we're now going to give you this wonderful run of Outlast. It's a 100% race between Symystery and Skun. Take it away, gang.
Alright, so this is Outlast. This is a indie horror game released in 2013 by Red Barrels, but I'll get more into that as we start the run here. So Tom is gonna start when I move. Skun, are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, so Tom is gonna start when we move. I'll give a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Outlast. This is the 100% category, so in this category, there's 31 notes and 31 documents that we need to collect. Notes are things that you record with your camcorder, like this. We've just recorded the building. And documents are things that you pick up around the asylum. So, there's this is the first skip of the run. This is window skip. We can get on top of the scaffolding's collision here. These hitboxes are supposed to prevent you from falling off, but you can actually get on top of them. And you can jump into that room, but unfortunately, the level did not load in fast enough, and I missed it. So, yeah, me and you both. But that's okay. So
they can back it up pretty quick.
We can back it up pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sharkhat, by the way. We're joined by Radish as well.
Hello, Radish.
So that right there is called a door hop. In this game, while doors are opening, they don't have collision, but when they're fully open, they get their collision back. So we can abuse that to get on top of doors, which will allow us to get out of bounds in that room, which skips crawling through that vent. And conveniently, it places us in this room where we record this this guy who tells us we need to get out of here because it's not what it seems like.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That right there, Symystery was basically recording basically nothing. That's because he was out of bounds, and so he was able to record something that normally you would have to record while inbounds. But since he was able to get out of bounds there, we just knew that we could record that from out of bounds and skip having to actually go to it. So it saves a bunch of time.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time.
As long as it's within your line of view with the camera, you don't have to actually be in the same room as the thing you're trying to record to actually get the collectible.
Yeah, that's true for most collectibles in the game.
So we actually never got the security card needed to enter the security room. He just did a door hop there and was able to actually just get into it anyways. So it saves a little bit of time.
So we're coming up on the next skip of the run here. So normally in other categories we wouldn't be hiding in this locker, but in 100% you actually have to hide in the locker here because there's a collectible for recording the guy who's gonna break down this door. His name is Chris. He's one of the main antagonists of this game. So he breaks down this door, and we kind of just run by him. Goodbye, Chris.
You'll see that as a common theme in this game. You're able to run away from most of the enemies if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I think Chris just dropped down into the basement with me. Okay, no, he's out of bounds. That's good.
Okay, that's good.
So we just skipped going to the basement, but we fell in the basement from out of bounds. Normally, the door to exit this area of the basement is locked, so we need to do a wall ride to get out of bounds and get back to the start of the basement. In this game, when you open doors, your hitbox shrinks to a very small size, and you can abuse that to deload the level and fit through small gaps and things like that. It saves a ton of time over the course of the run. It is one of the main glitches.
Yeah, one of the main tricks with wall rides is that once you have a small hitbox, you need to be staying up against some piece of collision, like a wall, to keep it. Once you step away, your hitbox returns to normal, so that's why you'll see the runners staying really close to walls with like through most of the game when they're doing these tricks.
Yeah. So normally there's a really long cutscene here where Father Martin, who is another one of the antagonists of this game, he captures us and he sends us to the next chapter, prison. But we can skip that cutscene if we quit to the main menu and reload our save. It saves a ton of time. So
Now as admin, we're heading into prison now, which is notoriously one of the more difficult parts of 100%. It has a few really difficult tricks, so we'll explain that as we go.
So we can leave this cell about 0.3 seconds early if we vault over the edge of the bed to shrink our hitbox. So we can leave the room slightly quicker when this very friendly enemy opens the door.
Also picking up a recording as we do so.
Yeah, we also pick up a recording as we do so, yes.
Yeah, you'll see something pretty common in some of these chapters where they'll get at one checkpoint, and then while avoiding other checkpoints, they'll go get some items, quit, and reload, and you can keep starting from that same checkpoint as sort of like a starting point, so you don't have to do a lot of backtracking.
Yeah. That's definitely the main theme of this chapter.
Yeah, we're gonna basically skip all checkpoints in this one to do a save warp at the end, which is why we do a lot of nonsense to progress through the chapter. High kill.
So right here, basically they're going to do a trick where they boost up on top of an area. They're going to aim at a specific cobweb out of bounds that gets them a note. And they're going to jump into a different room to get a document that normally would be very hard to get. But since they did that skip, after getting on top of that door, they were able to do it really quickly.
So that skip that I just did, it's called Vent Skip. That allows us to skip the first half of prison. But we're actually gonna, from this part, this is the middle of prison. We're gonna skip from the middle of prison to the end, and we're gonna actually come back here because we need to come back here and get some collectibles. Uh-oh. That's fine. I lost the hitbox because I accidentally interacted with the door. That's okay. We can come back here and do this again.
Wow.
I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I've never seen that, yeah.
So, neutral jumping, which is jumping without pressing any direction, unloads part of the level, and we can jump into the unloaded part of the level, which will load the level back in. And we can use that to skip to the end, but now we're at the end, and we're gonna skip back to the middle by doing this. Oh. Uh-oh. It's okay, I can recover that.
Yeah, that trick for for a lot of players.
That trick is that's definitely the hardest trick in this chapter.
Yeah, that caused me a lot of problems when I was practicing prison.
No, I don't agree. Vent jump is definitely the hardest trick in this chapter.
Vent jump is quite difficult too, yeah. But that last skip there is also quite difficult.
Depends if it is a new way or not. That's one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, this category over time has gotten significantly faster due to tons of optimizations and new discoveries, but we'll talk about that more later on here.
So now that Skun was able to get all of the collectibles in prison, he did another door hop and then he hit a checkpoint that was out of bounds, and that was actually in sewers, which saved a lot of time over him having to actually go through normal prison. So.
Also saves like 10-15 seconds in squares because you can't just save warp after getting the first document. While before we were doing like the intended way, and we had to go to the document and go back to the main part, etc. It's kind of long. But now that we're in sewers, we can just keep through this chapter because there's 3 collectibles. So usually we need to lower the level of the water by turning 2 valves, climbing down ladders, climbing up ladders, climbing down again, going through a tunnel. We can just skip all of that by doing some out-of-one movement that you see right here. And now we can just record this guy and leave before we get the note, so there's a few notes like that in the game. And if I did correctly, I should get the note about to right now.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that most of the notes that you record with your camera, you don't actually have to record them the entire time. You can leave after a certain amount of time. That's the majority of notes in this game.
No, actually, it's the opposite. I think I search until like 5 or 6, not that you can leave before. Around this 31, so it's not a lot. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly helpful on some of the really long notes because you can leave a little bit earlier instead of having to sit and watch the whole thing, which is nice.
Yeah, you'll see some of those come up into the run a little bit later.
Yeah, it takes quite a lot of time. Here I'm gonna do a skip with another duo. I honestly don't know if it saves time RTL, but you can just jump into the lower part of the sewers and
That does not save time, RTA.
that lose maybe like
Looks cool.
2-3 seconds.
It looks cool, but it loses about 2 seconds of real time.
Yeah, it saves, I don't know, quite a lot in game time.
There's a way to do that without reloading the checkpoint, but it is fairly difficult. So
Also just do this one without reloading, but it's kind of slow. I know it was in the old tutorial. Actually, I know we're in the hardest chapter, I say, which is Medwar. So we're gonna start by doing a jump from the stairs on the railing to land on it, because you jump on top of the stairs. And then I do a side jump into the wall, and I think it's frame perfect pose. And you boost up, so boost ups in this game we're gonna do quite a lot in this run. But basically, if you're in between a wall, I mean inside a wall while you float, the game don't really like you being into the wall, so it can appreciate each move. And here I used it to go on top of the chapter and do some out-of-one movement to get a note faster, and then re-enter the chapter a bit further. There. And now I'm using this vent to go out front. I just bypass the hole, and the other end doesn't have like any. Well, it doesn't tend to like inbounds, so we can just use that to go out front, get a note, and then jump back in the late part of the chapter. So if you play this game, you're supposed to like see the church figure first. So there's a long part with it, especially like a really long cutscene. And then after you have the part with pyro and the fire in the I think it's called. So right now we are at the end of the chapter, but we're just gonna get final document and then head back to the beginning. Which was in a sec.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
we do.
Yeah.
Excellent. We have a $50 donation from Illegally Sam, who says, "Thanks for having me." And that donation went to the We All Fall Down category of the We Happy Few run. And don't forget, this run that we're in now is pretty much your last chance to bid on that bid war. So if you want Lightbearer or They Came From Below to pip We All Fall Down to the post, then get your donations in now. Back to you, gang.
Okay, so just in time to see the big escape that's been discovered in years. So the world record that like roughly half of 2021 was 3454, and it's been beaten today, and now it's 2842. So as you can guess, there's quite a lot that's been discovered since then, and mainly this skip that we're gonna like do a world ride for reducing your hitbox once again, but this time it was a really small hitbox. That's gonna allow us to climb to the second floor of main world without watching the cutscene that was mandatory before, and this cutscene is like 4 minutes 20 seconds long.
Alright, just a little warning here. The audio is gonna be a little messed up. That's not on the event side, that's the game. We can't control anything about that.
Yeah,
It just happens when you do this skip.
Yeah. It can be pretty
fish.
loud, so
They can be pretty loud, so I would suggest turning down just slightly.
Especially in later parts of the skip.
you'll notice while Skun's
Okay.
doing the wall ride there, he also got a recording of Trigger, who's now dead.
Yeah, that actually shows up because of the checkpoint you got more towards the end of the level, which spawns him in, which is actually really nice because we're gonna come through here and see him alive and well in a minute here.
Yeah.
But like Skun said, this skips pretty much the longest cutscene in the game because you have to open this door here to get Traeger to spawn in here to get this one recording. But fortunately, we are able to
Wow.
skip it.
Wow.
And yeah, so what I just did right here is probably one of the things in this game, where you need to door hop on the door, but it's like a really precise door hop. And after that, you need to jump on precise part of the pipe or you get soft lock. And it allows us to get back to here before a trigger spawns, because as you see, trigger spawns, and usually you're still in the room. But right now, I already got the documents, so I can just record in, get the note as usual without losing any time, and then jump straight to the next chapter without having to lose time. And even if I fail my jump in the next chapter, it's gonna still be pretty fast.
So the route that I'm doing compared to Skun loses a little bit of time, but that's okay. It removes the risk of soft locking your game because that skip can soft lock the run, and you'll have to reload checkpoint, and you'll have to do that really long wall ride again.
Yeah, and it
It loses a ton of time.
I played it with people. Deflex, obviously. Always deflex. I know we're on courtyard already.
You want a little attention?
So
Perfectly understandable.
this chapter, same as Swerves, stores really cute things to get, so we're gonna keep most of it while getting like the 3 collectibles. So this time it's 2 notes and 1 document. The document is right here. And then we're just at the basically the any percent IL.
Yeah, courtyard is very straightforward.
Yeah,
This
you're
is not.
supposed to go on like her part.
Yeah.
Where I'm heading right here to record the Warp Rider, which is supposed to be the main antagonist of the game, even though it's the first time we saw it. Or we're halfway through. And now I'm doing like a wall ride, keep going on the roof, etc. And the reason I'm jumping right now is because if you don't jump on this wall, it just pushes you out. Well, you have
Yeah,
to
I
use the
can
right one.
recover that.
Where are you?
I missed the jump to the wall in Mailward.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you had to go. Oh, okay.
Okay, it's okay. I got the checkpoint where that document was. So, this is locked. Okay, we need to do old strats.
yeah, it's locked.
I didn't know that that door was locked. That's okay. We can do the old pause buffer strat. This is gonna lose me a bit of time, but
Don't worry, easy. So right here I'm doing a skip, which is just running at the sledge and jumping at the right time. It skips just like shimmying around it. But here I got not luckily soft lock, which happens sometime when you drop down. And you just can't move, so you just have to reload. But it's alright because there is a saver right here, so this is like a bit of time, but if you react fast enough, it's not too big of a deal. And we're already heading in chapter 6.
Alright, there you go. He got it. Nice.
yeah,
Nice backup.
very nice. That's a very nice backup. Unfortunately, missing that skip lost me quite a bit of time, so I'll definitely need to make some of that up here.
Yeah, coming up here in Female World, this is actually a very quick chapter in 100%. There are a few items we have to get, and again, we can abuse small hitboxes to deal with the level, to jump to other sections, and sort of play the whole map out of order.
Yeah, normally Female Ward is one of the longer ones, especially compared to the previous chapter like Courtyard, but actually in 100% it's Still relatively quick.
The female ward glitchless is fairly long, but in 100% we can skip most of it because we can record a lot of the items from out of bounds.
Yeah, and also the longest part, I mean, one of the longest part where you're supposed to get like 3 fuses, so it's like no item in here, so.
Yeah,
It's very
and
close to the death.
there's a part where you drop your camera and you're supposed to go get your camera back. We don't have to do that at all because there's no collectibles over there.
Yeah, all the stuff in Kingdom World is pretty much at the same pace, so with like if you have one for third, you can just go to the other one. So here I just did like a cool stuff with the third case, where I just like got override reloaded the wall, and once again, if you like inside the wall, the game just pushes you up. That makes me where I go at the last floor like the test. And once I got these 2 documents, I can just like go to the end of the chapter. So
That was a very
Really?
good. That was a very good ledge run from me. That was very nice.
So right here was what you just saw is the end of the chapter is I mean the level design in Outlast is pretty weird, and basically everything is really close. So there was just a wall in between like the half of the chapter and the end. So if you just deload the wall, you can already be at the end of the chapter. And we also see that the chapter like in between them are also pretty close for each other, which will let us skip directly to the last one from this one, even though they're pretty far apart.
This recording in the elevator just trolled me a little bit. Believe it or not, that recording is way easier to get out of bounds than it is the intended way. Trust me when I say that. I didn't make it look like it, but trust me, it's way easier. Cause there's so much. It's the guy in the elevator in the next room.
Yeah, the intended way to get it is, dare I say, RNG.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy in this elevator next to me here.
Depending how you're recording, it's like so bad to get. Why if you record on fun, you just have to aim at the same spot all the time and it works. Oh, I forgot the new strat. Okay, anyway. So I did the old strat in theater. Your time to showcase it.
Are you in return to admin now, Skun?
Yeah,
I'm just at the end of female ward here.
I'm at the theater recording.
I'm doing the boost up.
So right now is where downtime starts.
Downtime starts right about here. So if you guys have anything that you need to read, right now is a perfect time. If not, we can keep talking.
I can do a quick bit of reading. Just like to remind everyone that this Indiethon is raising money for Child's Play. Since 2003, Child's Play has partnered with children's hospitals all across the globe to provide toys, games, and technology to help improve hospitalised kids' lives. Partner hospitals also receive an annual gift designated to support their child life department for equipment, maintenance, and research. Back to you, gang.
Yeah, so here I'm almost at the end of the note. So as you see, it's pretty long. And now I can quit. So in return from it, there's 2 notes like that are really long to get. And then we have the lab, which is just a downtime person.
Lab is believe it or
Yeah,
not, lab in this category is the most interesting it is in any category in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally lab is very dry and boring, just because there's not a lot that we can really skip. It's a lot different from the other levels in that it's just a lot harder to actually break. So there's not gonna be a lot of skips that we're able to do.
It becomes a lot more focused on the movement, taking tight lines,
Yeah.
etc., getting fast animations.
Yeah, Radish, I got the hard landing that you got.
Oh really?
I've never seen that until today. But that's
Now
okay.
we're at another really long note. So just gotta wait for Father Martin to face Bridge. And
Yeah.
wait for
Did
almost
we-
until he
did-
dies.
I don't know if we explained door clipping yet, but that's what Skun used to unload the door collision there to just walk out and be able to skip the end of this cutscene. It's a weird quirk of the doors. If you hold it and then push it back, it just loses its collision. You can just walk straight through them.
Yeah, I don't know how they did, but that glitch is so easy to do.
They fun fact, they patched that on console.
Yeah.
That's the only
on
patch that they've
console.
done is that they've patched that.
I don't know if it's just me. I find door clipping easier than opening the door normally without like it's almost like easier to accidentally clip it than to open.
That's true for some doors.
Yeah. Well, see, I guess not every door. Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm doing another wall ride to get back to the, I don't know, midway to the chapter. There's a shelf right now stopping me from progressing, but I can just go back to the store. And now I'm gonna try a skip to get to lab pretty fast. If I can get this door open.
So, like we said before, lab is there's really nothing that we can do to break it. There's so many invisible walls. You can't unload the level at all. It's really restricted in what you can and can't do. We have tried for years to find Wernick skip, which is the dream skip of Outlast, is to skip Wernicky, who we will see briefly in a few minutes. For a short amount of time, there was a large bounty on finding Wernick skip, but that has since been discontinued.
That means Alexis has no more money to pay people, basically. Okay,
Yeah,
and
there's a
now,
door here that prevents you from progressing to the rest of the level, and it doesn't open until you finish watching a cutscene.
we'll see that in a minute. You'll
Yeah.
see really boring part. But now I did a jump to get further in lab that I should, thanks to like some boost up at the end of LTA. So right now I keep the 3 collectibles on purpose because, well, we just said there's gonna be a really long cutscene that's really annoying. And usually in pretty much every category you can save 0.2, 0.3 seconds by doing your clip. That's kind of dumb. But in this category it's a lot more worse because doing the exact same clip lets you get all 3 collectibles during the cutscene, which saves, I don't know. With this
Saves about 8
20%.
seconds.
Nah, a lot more.
I'm pretty sure it's 8 seconds or so.
It saved 15 with the old route, and now that we have like RTA fast route, it's probably like 20. Axis will tell us.
Axis will tell us. He's in the chat right now. Axis is second place right now.
Yeah, Axis is extremely good.
Axis is very good at this game. Axis, he had the world record for a bit, but the world record was actually beaten today, which is very big. It's 16 seconds from his summer best, so that's a very good run.
What I was saying, we ask how much during the clip. Yeah,
How much Warner Clip saves in Hundo?
what did we say? Yeah, so basically right now I can choose door. And we could say wow with the cutscene, but no, because the door that prevents us from progressing is still closed, which is the one we'll see right now. So this door. And so there's no way to skip it as of right now. Instead I can just grab that and, you know, save some time. So I should have this. Yes. So right now I'm just gonna do world ride. Save 0.2, 0.3 seconds, I don't know exactly how much. But having my small epochs will let me go through the door.
It's 30 to 40.
And you.
I missed the checkpoint. Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry for it, as I said, it's not 8 seconds.
I missed the checkpoint doing the skip
There's no way
to
it's doing
lab.
30 to 40.
Damn. You probably didn't jump.
No, I missed the... I'm doing the old strat.
Oh,
I missed the checkpoint. My angle was
We already have
bad.
the recording, right?
I already have the recording, so I just need to leave.
Right.
This door hop right here, it's really annoying because there's not a lot of space to work with.
Yeah, usually it works fine, but
Usually it works fine, but door hops in like really confined rooms, it's tough. This should work. Yeah, that worked. My angle was wrong the first time.
oh, that's how much you would save it. Save. But yeah. So right now we're in sport where just running, our rubbing's not rubbing to documents. Time to not forget anything, or your run is basically dead.
Yeah, let's hope that we both have everything so we have a valid run. Skun, how are you looking compared to PB right now? Is PB pace?
No,
You've had a very good run so far. You've gotten most of the big
no,
things
I
first
got
try.
I was already 20 seconds behind in admin.
20 cent. What's happened in admin?
Well, I failed Windows Gift, and that's it.
I failed Windows Gift too. The level did not load in fast enough, and it was very sad.
Yeah, no, I'm on a 30 pace right now. Still some Alexis pace. So
Yeah, it's still pace. True.
all that matters is some Alexis.
All that matters. I don't actually know my pace right now because I don't have my timer running in the background, or my time without loads pace.
Well, maybe true PV pace. Who knows?
This is not PB pace. It's definitely not PB pace. Is it valid PB pace? Probably, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
99% runs.
yeah, my PB in quotes is 32-minute time, but I missed the first recording in the run. The very first one, I missed the very first collectible. So I did not get 100%, so the run was invalid. Very sad.
Go for stairs, Alexis.
I'm going for stairs, yes.
Let's go.
Skun, you better
Bruh.
do stairs.
No.
Yeah, you're doing
I'm already on
stairs.
top, you know?
I'm in Warnick cutscene.
Bruh.
I actually lost so much time this run and returned to admin. So far, lab has been pretty okay.
Quote unquote, sub Alexis is free. Everyone in Discord right now, really good.
Really good, yep. So one piece of movement tech that we haven't really talked about is B-hops. And that's because nobody likes B-hops. This game has B-hopping, believe it or not. It's frame perfect. You need to jump the frame that you touch the ground, and it avoids the stagger effect that you normally get when you land on the ground. And it saves like 0.2, 0.3 per B-hop. But if you miss the B-hop, if you miss the first frame jump, it actually loses time compared to not doing it. So it's really a gamble whether or not you'll save time with it if you're comfortable with hitting the 1 frames.
Yeah, there's only 2 categories that really put to use B-hops a lot more than the others, and that's glitchless and any percent.
Yeah.
80% because of just how optimized it is.
Any percent is very optimized here. Any percent in this game is very, very optimized. It can go down like a second at most.
Yeah.
It's
That's
very.
trying to come back. That's what I gotta say.
It looks like Skun is actually gonna finish a lot earlier before me, so maybe he can show off the any percent skip, since we'll have
Oh, yeah.
time, since I'll be finishing.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't show any percent really quick after that.
Yeah, just make sure that you got 100%.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I believe
I-
one of the reasons you're not allowed to bind jump to mouse wheel is because it's inconsistent based on how fast you scroll.
Yeah, it's mouse dependent too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that cutscene that we skipped with Wernicke, he basically says that we have to turn off this guy's life support for whatever reason. So that's what we're going to do here, or what I'm going to do here. Skun is finishing up. So time is coming up for Skun. When his hand
When I'm
touches
saying-
the black and yellow stripes on the ground, that's when time ends. Skun, if you'll give a countdown, that'll be
Time.
great.
Great. So yeah, it's time now.
Time, yeah, time for Skun.
But no, I just gotta check the variation, so I can mind.
Another thing about B hops is that it's FPS. Oh, right there, I just got a B hop. I got barrel B hop.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. I'm gonna try some flat ground B hops here, just to show them off. Hopefully, I'll get one or two. That second jump that I got there was a B hop, but the other two were not. So
Okay, so
that's good.
I have 100% of the game. It's a valid run.
So
It's
Skun has
easy.
100%ed the game.
What was your final time, Skun? In-game time?
32-14, which is bad.
I don't know why I did that saving quit. That loses real time, but just habit. Oh yeah, a stairs time, by the way. So this is an any percent strat. You can actually jump on top of these railings, and it saves 5 seconds if you don't fall off the railing like I just did.
Okay,
If
when
you
you
think this looks very
marathon,
precise, that's because it is.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's
still
also
go back
why
and do
it's
it
we can do it again. There's a checkpoint that we skip at the top of this tower if we fall. So unfortunately I missed the checkpoint here. That's okay. We're not gonna do that this time. I just thought I'd show that off. So I'm not sure if Skun explained this, but after we pull the wires, there's a skip here. We call this Superman, and if you saw what Skun did, you'll see why it's called Superman. But I'll show it off again here. So normally what you're supposed to do after pulling these wires is you're supposed to run back down, go through that little chamber, wait a second, and run back down, and that takes a long time, but you can actually just jump into the cutscene from up here, and that saves like 15 seconds.
yeah, let's do that. So usually you're supposed to like go down the stairs, go into the confirmation room again, go into like dark corridor, and after that then it's cutscene.
Yeah. That's a strat there to skip getting the hard fall animation. If you turn your camera in a specific way and look into the wall, you can avoid getting a hard land animation. It saves like a second or two.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
like this in the last cutscene. I guess I can show the any person struck.
Yeah, so any percent in this game is kind of a meme.
Yeah.
Because you can skip to the very end of the game in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, so
I think that yeah, all those out of bounds shenanigans that we did, it's nothing compared to this, to what Skun's
Yeah.
about to show you.
So usually, you know, you go like to the left here, but you can just like jump here. I think I'm gonna use the checkpoint. I got it.
Nice.
And turns out there's a lab right at the beginning of the game, so we're already here in the hallway where, you know, we can see around please grab the and from here there's like any minutes to go and you finish the game. So yeah, any percent can be most
Yeah.
effective calorie at all.
Yeah. So right there, you saw me intentionally not go up the stairs. That's to skip a cutscene. There's normally a cutscene when if you walk up the stairs normally, but we can avoid that if we just climb over the railing like that. So time is coming up for me here in about 5 seconds, so get ready on time. We're at the final stretch here, and time. So let's see if I get
Butters,
everything.
really nice race.
GG's. Don't drink the water. Nice. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Nice. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 29. Uh-oh. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, I just counted wrong. Don't worry, I have everything. Valid run. Valid run, guys.
Yeah.
I counted wrong.
I was about to say, with the AMC run that happened on always recount.
We're not gonna talk about the time that happened.
Yeah, not talking about it. Not at all. But yeah, is that a PB for you?
That is not a PB for me, but I don't have my in-game timer running, but that's not a PB for me. Definitely not.
No.
So that's Outlast 100%. Thank you so much, Indiethon, for letting us show off this amazing game and stuff like that. I'm really happy that we were able to support such a good cause. Yeah, really is awesome. And I can't believe that so much money has been raised for such a great cause. That blows my mind away. It really is. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing your run with us, gang. And do you want to do any quick shout-outs before we finish up?
I want to just shout out the entire Outlast community. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are great. If you're interested in this run at all, definitely join our Discord on our speedrun.com page.
Yeah.
Skun, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, same. Thanks to the Outlast community, but play Celeste, it's the best game. All I gotta say.
Excellent. Well, once again, thank you very much for this wonderful race. And we are going to be having a short interval. And after that, we are going to be having Demonic Robots running We Happy Few. And don't forget, you at home get to choose the category that's going to be done. So you've just got a couple more minutes to get your donations in if you want to influence that. The categories chosen will be We All Fall Down, Light Bearer, or They Came From Below. So have a think about that, and we will be back in a couple of minutes.